You know how people say data is the new oil? Well, Netflix? They're running a full-on oil. Ever feel like Netflix can read your mind? Like, how else would they know I'm down for a 6-hour deep dive on competitive thumb wrestling at 3 a.m.? Today, we're going full-tech teardown on Netflix's recommendation engine. We're talking about the algorithms, the data points, the whole shebang. Because understanding this stuff is like having a superpower. You can finally see the Matrix. Hit that like button if you've ever binged an entire series just because Netflix you too. I'm Advika, this is Echo Analytics, and let's just say Netflix and chill just got a whole lot more interesting. Okay, so maybe watching is a dramatic. Netflix tracks pretty much everything you do on their platform. And I mean, what you watch, when you watch it, how long you watch it for. They even know how many times you've rewatched that one scene. You know the one. They're looking at your ratings, obviously. But they're also paying attention to what you're searching for, what you add to your watch list, even what you click on. It's like they've got a whole team of digital detectives whose only job is to figure out your taste in movies and TV shows. They're also factoring in things like the day of the week, the time of day, and even the device you're using. Because apparently, our viewing habits change depending on whether we're curled up on the couch with our phone on a Tuesday night or watching on a big screen on a Saturday afternoon. It's kind of creepy when you think about it, but honestly, it's also kind of genius. Now, you might think Netflix is just like, oh, you watched. Here's more sci-fi. But nah, it's way more sophisticated than that. This isn't just about matching genres. It's about understanding the nuances of your taste. See, Netflix's algorithm is basically playing matchmaker between you and your next binge-worthy obsession. It's looking for those hidden connections, those subtle patterns in your viewing history that even might not be aware of. Maybe you watched for the chess, but loved it for its strong female lead and exploration of addiction and ambition. Netflix's algorithm picks up on all of that. So instead of just recommending more chess documentaries, it might suggest shows with complex female characters like, or stories about overcoming adversity like. It's not just about what you watch, it's about you watch it. And the more data they have, the better the algorithm gets at predicting what you'll enjoy. Ever scroll through Netflix with a friend and notice you're seeing totally different thumbnails for the same show? Like, you're getting a dramatic close-up of the villain, while they're seeing a goofy shot of the comedic sidekick? Yeah, that's not an accident. Netflix is A/B testing those thumbnails on. They're constantly experimenting with different images, trying to figure out which ones are most likely to make click. It's all about grabbing your attention in those precious few seconds you're scanning through the endless rows of content. And it's not just about the image itself either. They're also testing different color palettes, fonts, and even the facial expressions of the characters. Think about it. If you usually watch comedies, they might show you a thumbnail with a bright color scheme and a character making a funny face. But if you're more into thrillers, they might go for a dark and gritty aesthetic with a tense expression. They're basically tailoring the entire browsing experience to your specific tastes. And the crazy thing is, it works. Okay, so we've established that Netflix is basically a data-driven mastermind when it comes to knowing your viewing habits. But why are they going through all this trouble? The answer, my friends, is simple. Attention equals money. In the cutthroat world of streaming services, every second you spend on Netflix is a victory. The longer they can keep you hooked, the more likely you are to stay subscribed, and the more revenue they generate. Think about it. Every time you open Netflix, you're faced with a choice. Do you spend hours scrolling through endless options trying to find something to watch? Or do you just give up and go do something else? Netflix knows that the clock is ticking, and they need to capture your attention immediately. By serving up a personalized selection of shows and movies they think you'll love, they're increasing the chances you'll find something to watch quickly and easily. And once you're sucked into that next binge-worthy show, they've won. Alright, for all my data nerds out there, let's get a little technical for a second. Behind the scenes, this isn't some magical black box. Netflix actually uses a combination of powerful algorithms and machine learning techniques to power its recommendation engine. One of the key players is something called collaborative filtering. This is where the system looks for patterns in the viewing habits of users who share similar tastes to you. So, if a bunch of people who love the same obscure documentaries you do also happen to enjoy a certain sci-fi series, well, chances are you might like it too. Then there's content-based filtering, which focuses on analyzing the actual content of the shows and movies you watch. This involves breaking down each title into a set of tags or characteristics, things like genre, themes, actors, directors, and even the overall mood or tone. The algorithm then uses this information to recommend other titles with similar characteristics. It's a complex and constantly evolving system, but the basic principle remains the same. Use data to understand what people want to watch, and then serve it up to them in the most compelling way possible. Okay, enough tech talk for now. Let's get real for a second. We've all had that moment where we're like, okay, Netflix, you win. You officially know me better than I know myself. So, I'm curious, what's the one app or website that you think has you completely figured out? Drop a comment below and let me know. I'm always down for a good data deep dive, and who knows, maybe your suggestion will inspire my next video. So yeah, the next time you fire up Netflix, remember, there's a whole lot more going on behind the scenes than meets the eye. But hey, that's the world we live in now. Data is everywhere, and understanding how it works is more important than ever. This is just one piece of the puzzle. If you want to learn how data runs everything, from food delivery to finance, hit that subscribe button and join the Echo Analytics crew. We decode the digital world, one scroll at a time. Next up, we're talking about how Swiggy predicts what you want to eat before you do. Until then, binge smart, stay curious, and I'll see you in the next episode.